Trinidad, Colorado. During a year that's seen more rain than other years, so things are greener than normal. A lot greener. That's interesting. As said before in other videos. Meanwhile, Oregon, California, and Washington, all West Coast states, are seeing a drought. A drought that's getting bigger. Is this the result of the poles shifting? A lot of people are asking that question. People are asking that question for years, but ultimately, I think that we're seeing some major changes in the weather. I've been thinking about Colorado getting wetter and greener for a couple of years. I also think this town of Trinidad is going to continue to grow. It's like being in a town before it gets pricey. It's being in a cool town before it gets super discovered and popular, if you get my drift. I like living here. I feel creative here. But there's also enough of the city for people to do stuff that's city stuff, galleries, restaurant, on a very small scale. Beyond this city is off the grid, just miles and miles. But in this city, the last town, if you will, second to last town, before you hit New Mexico, it's a town that I think is going to see a little bit of growth. Nothing crazy like Portland, but with change in climate, if this next cycle of the sun and perhaps other things, if we start seeing more rainfall in Colorado, the population's going to go up in certain areas. And we are here at this place of worship where the Trinidad High School Mighty Miners simulate Roman times and gladiator spectacles in this place of worship and blood. Communion. There is simulated warfare that takes place. Tribalistic sports these days, kids these days. Over here we have an old school vehicle that looks pretty cool. And got a motorhome over here. I love motorhomes. Got the backdrop here of Fisher's Peak. The mountain right there. This looks like a place to get something to drink. Oysters, barbecue, catfish, corn dogs. Even though I'm not getting anything here, it's good to see the diversity and the vendors and the entertainment aspects. Being, in a different part of the U.S., in this high school. Funny thing with this gold dome, I just find it so funny. It's like Rome or something. But I have the lighter side of Rome. The side of Rome that's not starving. No, anyway. They got people jumping over here. And there's some sort of thing going, Bubble Boys over here. They got something going on with bubbles. Over here, they got something for children and adult bodies to jump up and down and play with fiat currency. No, I'm just kidding. It's a little child's area. Some sort of a big blow-up fire truck. Well, this is interesting in terms of transhumanism and merging with technology. Dreamality tech. It's something to do with virtual reality. And we're actually at a point where we're not too far away from holograms being projected into the living room as people go further and further consciously into the machine, into the grid, and into the beast. We're now at this dawn of a new age of technologies that can simulate realities, trick the senses. As more and more people these days are living in these false realities, as people desire to escape reality, you have these new technologies that are allowing the brain to experience certain things without actually going anywhere. It's an interesting jump forward into technology, especially as more people get these virtual reality headsets that hook up to their cell phone. Now this Virtually Dead's got my interest. You're dragged through an abandoned hospital of terrors. monsters and madness around you from every direction, including below and above you. The most heart-stopping and realistic virtual horror experience offered worldwide. Notice the collar there. So the technology is kind of being used for entertainment. You know, here's a horror film, not to empower, not to educate, or help people evolve their consciousness. More debauchery, more violence, more evil. It's an interesting use of technology. So technology isn't the enemy, it's what people focus on when they tap into the grid. The sexualization, though, of robotics, to make one last point. The breast cup, the long neck, kind of like an alien. The eyes, the unhuman aspect of it, this obsession is taking place within pop culture and technology, relating to aliens, robots, zombies, going to other planets, things like that. And we're living in the new world order. Microchips for everyone. Yes, get put on the virtual reality headsets. They've got robots, lovers of the future. Transhumanistic reality. All you gotta do is just plug in. Live in the new world order. $100,000 on your first microchip. Throw away the past of growing your own food. You can worship the Roman spectacles of the day. There ain't no worries, 'cause Monsanto's here to save the day. And here we have the battle of the bubble people, the bubble boys and girls, battling out in the Bubble Dome, right here in Trinidad, Colorado. Ah, swimming sure looks good right now. Not necessarily in this, though. You know, I was just reminiscing, this park reminds me of a park with a lake that I used to ride my bike around when I was 16 when I lived in Northern Virginia. That one year that I lived out of Portland, and I was with my dad and another roommate. At that time, in the year '96, And I remember that was my therapy. I would go round and around listening to my Walkman, my tape Walkman, and my bike. So in a few days, I'm going to be going up to the Springs and Denver. Maybe I'll look for a used bike. Uh-oh, the outlaws have arrived. There's going to be a big brawl here in just a minute. Yep, his jacket says the Expendables. They're here to start a war with the police. Now, we don't know exactly what's about to go down, but what we do know is that the townsfolk have amassed. A guy's got a megaphone over here. There are emergency vehicles, ambulances in case something goes wrong in their little tube race involving local city officials, the mayor. It's a little festival, a little mini fair. I'm not sure if they're taking acid or any other mind-expanding substances to go along with this, but there certainly is a lot of natural happiness under the natural. Now we're filming here. It looks like they're waiting. They're testing the waters.
Get a prize. Floating duck.
Ambulances on standby and a number of police. Now, maybe the police are just here for the show. Maybe they want to make sure nobody gets the wrong idea and decides to steal the tubes. Maybe prevent any acts of terrorism from taking place over the pond. America has become a very paranoid place. We just never know. You have a couple of Boy Scouts walking around as well, doing recon. Marijuana has been legalized in Colorado. Maybe there's a bag of weed, an ounce of it, floating in a plastic bag. We really don't know what they're running for, but they're going somewhere.
Got your name right, Christian. Go, boy. Go, go, go. Sit in the middle. Matt, your...
Okay, so they've resorted to paddling with their hands.
Come on, Matt.
Give me something to work for. Oh, Carol.
I don't think you want me to do it, though. Here, let's go around here to the side. Okay.
Good. Throw me a cigarette, will you?
Here, have a drink.
Throw me a drink.
Here, have a drink.
Okay, give me a drink. Hold on. Oh my God, this is arm workout.
Look at this. The lucky winner gets this fancy little duck.
If I had to jump in and
The DA's office is pulling up there.
If that happens, we're calling on you. You said, all right?
Look at all those zombies. Well, I'm taking off. Events you're not seeing. You're not seeing the water cannon shootout. You're not going to see a bunch of water wasted. You're not going to see the town dance, and you're not going to see the chili cook-off. But it's nice to see a local town actually doing stuff and not charging an arm and a leg to see it.